calculator and roll them off for the best in slot perks in a calculator. That literally would take me and you in voice chat for hours to perk out an entire set together, me explaining it all, or I could give you the notes of exactly what you need, materials, how to get the components and everything, and you just do it on your off time. But unless you got like 2 hours to burn, which I personally don't, but we can link up and do that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out some perks to throw on main hand, offhand. I obviously need to augment it.
So if you just want to throw some on there, for your like Omni Guard, you're gonna want to put like Aftershock on there and Eruptive, and then if you're wanting to do your Soulbound for size 6 and Aftershock again, to be specific, just in case you want to do
Okay,
switches and stuff. Does that make sense?
so I gotta look up the formulas to get aftershock, right? Aftershock on main hand and off. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me post this in chat, and it'll give you an idea. Cause
Fuck, what was it? It was aftershock.
here, let me help you. Y'all should utilize this.
At level 9.
9. Yeah. So that's why it's kind of a pain in the ass.
That's expensive.
Yeah,
What about
very.
lance? Nope, no lances. Okay, well, I gotta go buy augmenters to at least augment the gear. That way I can start getting the XP for the set gear.
All right, we got 2, 4, 5, and the rest. Boom. I need a change.
I feel like my respawn's
Uh,
crashed.
yeah, that'll work.
Loading the map consistently. This is fun. Cool. Exit.
Okay, so we're about to start the hard mode Nakatra run. If you wanna tune into the stream and watch it, cool. Uh, yeah, hell yeah. Nakatra is what I would call. Nakatra is the wild, wild west. Literally, it's the wild west out there. Not only do you have to do mechanics and DPS. So I call it walking and talking. You got to walk the walk and talk the talk at the same time, honestly. But if you walk the walk and survive the mechanics, then DPS you can make it last as long as you want to. But your biggest thing, yeah, the biggest thing is just like surviving, to be honest. So perks would definitely help you out, but you just want to attempt it in normal mode, I would tackle it in normal mode, and then when you do have perks and stuff, then tackle it in a hard mode. All right. So first boss, Vermix. Well, usually when you go in a group, just so you know, everybody stacks together right at the steps like this, and then they start the whole get your books, all your stuff going. Make sure you got your summon your minions, get all the stuffs. All right, so when you first start the fight right out of the game, you're just gonna go up. Once you do that, you're gonna take 2 steps back. You can Von Bomb him. What you're gonna want to do is watch him when he does this like regurgitate throw up thing right there. It says watch your feet. You're just gonna walk 1 tile forwards. You're gonna walk one more because he's gonna do the second ice on the ground. You're gonna walk forward. You're gonna for a total of 3 tiles. Go back to DPS in him. Once you get him to 450k health like this, he's gonna go immune. Dive over here. Go ahead and just start attacking this snake head thingy to get adrenaline. and I can't move for some reason. I was stuck in a finger, but you're going to want to stand in the correct yellow squares like this, which technically, if I'd have done it right, I would have got all three. If you miss, step out because there's going to be a boom of his breath that hurts for a lot. Just go back in there and get it the next time. That one's too far. I'm just going to take this one. Once you get
He
it,
said, he said he's gonna regurgitate.
recurve. What are you doing, 280? What are you doing? He looks like a baby bird throwing up. He does, dude. All right, so he's doing the throwing up thing. Watch your feet again. He's gonna do it. Three squares of ice.
At first, I thought you were talking about the sanctum until I heard you say that he's gonna regurgitate on you.
Pretty much, bro. Now, when he does the two in the air like that, watch out because he's bombing the ground. So just go back on him. Then once you get him to 300k, you can see the yellow bar up there. He's phased. Click on this one to start building a Dren, and you can save your souls. Watch the ground. Stand in the yellow square like so. One. Here's that next one. Two. Here's the third one. Three. Go back.
When you're running this with multiple people, they have their own boxes, so don't think that they're going to get it for you.
Yeah. Yep. What you see for yellow squares is all on you. You could just the green bug is one of those healing bugs. So you can stun it, but it looks like he's gonna get stuck on the wall, so I'm not really worried about him too much. Alright, he did the two. Now watch. Just dive. You're out of the way. And I gotta change my Bone Bomb after this because my DPS is like really low. And I'm over here looking at my other screen for work. Oh god. Alright. Put your ring on. I'm literally looking at my side screen working too. Alright, we're gonna go into this one next one, and then I'm gonna fix my Bone Bomb. Sorry. Alright. So when you come into this next one with Kezalam, you're gonna want to run on the outside of the arena. If you come over here to these obelisks, you're gonna invoke death. You got Lord of Bones, turn it on, and what you're looking for is to build stacks on this obelisk. Why is it not doing Lord of Bones? What's happening right now? Oh, because my minions are stuck on the steps. I had to resummon them. So there we go. But as long as you have Death Mark on there, you're kind of good. If you just want to apply the extra Lord of Bones debuff on it, you can. I'm not going to waste my time and get it to 50 something stacks because personally I don't really care that much. You're going to go to the other side, start attacking it. Okay. I'm going to test the theory. That's what I thought. It's going to make me lose my soul stacks, isn't it? Bastards. It is. I have to change it too, dude. No option. There we go. Okay. Okay, okay. So, with this boss, Kezalam, there are specific places that you can stand inside this instance where you can miss a lot of his damage. So, standing right here on this, can y'all see my mouse? I'm just curious. Okay. Also, what I'm gonna do, take a screenshot, so that way I can put all the numbers and stuff down for you. All right, so once you got all your
It's like
what?
picture time.
Yeah, right.
I'm
You
so
know
sorry.
how you know how I do during PVM. I'll be taking screenshots and it's like, you stand here.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm the
Love it.
worst at it, bro, because I don't know. All right,
Nah, you're doing good. You're doing good.
so once you get all your stacks and everything, make sure you review, make sure you're needing potions. Start reapplying your buffs, like so. Go all the way through, reapply darkness. Turn on your book. Huh? Yeah, if you want to, you can. That would definitely help, but I don't have any heals for it, so I'm not gonna mess with them too
I
much. So,
personally think standing in that one spot was easier than the one you're gonna tell him.
are you talking about the one that your brother said?
Yeah, because you're closer to step in on the 3 stack dive.
Yeah. The only problem is he does melee damage. Then
Oh, I didn't know
that's
that.
yeah, the melee damage hurts. But if you want to get closer for the 3 stack dive, this is what you could do. You see this red thingy here? You can actually go to like the end of it, but personally, I like this one right here because he's gonna stomp and you just step out one, you go right back to it like that. You can Vom Bomb. You can see all the rotations. Now he's gonna shake. See the frozen ice? You're just gonna finger it and then just walk out. Go back to him. Soul Sap because you can pull it off those ice. Also, you're gonna pray magic throughout the fight. If he says kill, you're gonna dive in, click on him, surge out, click back on him, surge in. You're back in the same spot. I just missed that second one. Get your distance. You can go back to volley. Something doesn't feel right. I'm over here looking at my side screen. All right. When this happens, you got beetles. You can either ignore them and just disruption shield it, or resonance, or reflect, whatever you want to do. I don't have soul strike on my new hotbar. I gotta tell you, because I don't have soul strike set up. I changed all my hotbars for stinking one tick bossing, and it's got me all jacked up. That's why, because it's that. Sorry for the crappy key bindings. I should have done that before, but back into the instance. You can dive, search the end, come down here, do all the things. Mark of Death, Lord of Bones, build your stacks. I'm gonna do this one quickly. I'm not even gonna really build stacks on it. Mark it. Hey, Kess,
What's up?
where's that spot at on my screen? Was your brother
It's
talking
see
about
the little
right
line
here?
in the middle of the beetle? No, no, no. So the dark red, dark red. So the T,
Oh,
yeah, right there.
yeah. So which square though?
Just right underneath it.
This one?
Nope, over to the left. Right left. There. I
All right,
never
we're gonna.
took melee.
You can
Or
stand
at
in
least
that
I
one,
don't.
kind of like the gold bar. I'll try that one right now just to see how it goes. All right. Reapply all the stuffs. Make sure you got your overload. Book is active. Yep. Darkness. We're gonna reapply. Lord of Bones. Soul Split. Bada bang. We're gonna go to the designated spot. Mark. Look, I don't even have to move there. Not one time. Like what Kess just said, so that would be a great thing. So now we're gonna change a magic and get ready because we're about to get frozen. You'll see it above your head. There's gonna be this line that appears right there. Freedom. Click on the ice finger. One auto attack. Walk out of it. Right. And then I guess we can just go right back to that spot. We can try it out. All right. Back on the boss. Kial. We dive in. Surge out. Click on the boss. Surge in. Back in the right spot. Too easy. Too easy. Back on the boss.
I just
Boom,
realized what I do
boom.
wrong there.
Oh, yeah?
I always try to surge behind me instead of just forward.
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, definitely forward. So, this is where he's getting health and we skip the bugs. What I do, right out of the gate, apply bloat, soul split, turn it all on. If it gets close to me not finishing it, volley, spec, finger. I'm gonna miss it. Unless he can pull it out of his ass and my minions just died. Okay, bro. I tried to dive out of it. So, right. So on that part, which normally doesn't happen, um, but I was sitting there looking for that tile, that new tile that Kess was just telling me about. Whenever you can do enough deeps, you can skip those bugs from being spawned where you gotta go soul strike them. Um, so
Essentially, what happened is he didn't DPS the obelisk fast enough, so the mechanic came that's pretty beefy.
mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Now you can totally skip that mechanic entirely. If you know you're not gonna be able to kill the obelisk in time, you can run behind the obelisk and you'll take no damage. Um, but there, if my minions didn't die at that last second, I was gonna be able to do the putrid zombie and just finish it, but it died literally on the same tick, and then I was like, screw it. Yeah, absolutely. If that's how you wanted to tackle it and be super safe, just to get the kill and stuff, absolutely. There you go. That works. Now this time, I'm gonna go from a different side of the arena. Build my stacks. Darkness, Lord of Bones. Reapply any buffs. Turn on my book. Invoke death. Boom boom. So that's how if you go to that one spot that she's like talking about, you can avoid all that stuff. I'm just trying to get the skip real quick. Frozen. Click on the ice. Finger, which I don't have it. So you can reflect a resonance that hit, and I took no damage. That was a good thing to show y'all because it's gonna happen. Y'all, you're gonna dive in, click on the boss. He's gonna take a step back. You surge, click back on the boss, go one Mississippi, surge in. You're back in the original spot. I'm going to my spot that I like to kill the boss in, and that's on these gold squares. All right. So he's gonna do his little thing, step out, back on him, step back over. Now, there's the pillars. It's where you do your soul split and everything. Apply bloat. And I'm not going ham on deeps because I want y'all to be able to see you can still do just auto attacks and kill it that way if you get to it in time. Right. Yep. Now these are the buggies, and then there's pain where you got to step out of that. If you're not going to kill the bugs in times, remember, you can residence, which I just did so I can show y'all. See? And I still took that damage and reflected it, but missed the reflect on the tick. So you can survive if you don't kill the bugs. Just want to show y'all that. Remember, kill, dive in, surge out, dive in, surge out, surge back in. Okay. Now he's doing his, yeah, stun him to kill him. Now, ice. Click on the ice, a finger, one auto attack, step out. If you're not going to make it, resonance, reflect, whatever you feel comfortable with. The blue lines that are coming, pain, just step out of them. And I'm doing very, very slow DPS right now just to show y'all. Freedom, every time.
Yeah, or else
Freedom.
you're fucked.
Yeah. Some people say
I
you
hate
can't.
it.
Anticipation, but I'm just going to be honest with you. Anticipation's never worked for me, so I don't. Now I'm going to ramp up the deeps so I can just finish this kill. Same thing over and over. Nah. It's gonna if you do die doing it here, all you're doing is just getting yourself in trouble because if you do die, you're getting the debuff from the ring, which nowadays is just not any good, to be honest. It just practically kills you. Now before the boss dies, make sure that you put your look at the doors on. Alright. So is there any questions about that boss? Pretty straightforward, cool. And then now keep in mind how fast I kill that. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. When on average, when I'm soloing it, I usually kill it pro. Like 3 minutes, 22 seconds-ish. 3:30. So that was taking it slow so y'all could see all the mechanics and if you couldn't skip like all the bugs and everything. Also, um, you're not gonna have the deeps every time because it's a lot of mechanics and dodging and stuff. And for Nakatra, I'm gonna try to do my best not to over DPS so that way you can see the bugs there as well. Okie dokie. So that's my preferred section. Um, Personally, that's my preferred section. So if you're solo, if you start on one of these squares over here, the bug is going to spawn over here that you need to kill. If you start on one of these squares, the bug is going to spawn over here. But the waves are going to be coming to the north. So if you're on this side, the waves are going to be like in your face in like 2 ticks. If you're over here, you got this whole path to avoid the wave. It gives you way more time to move and get all your perfect living death rotation off and everything. So you can run around the arena, and not only that, you can actually take 2 tiles in, and she won't aggro. So in a group, you can everybody gets online, yep, and start their buffs. So book is activated, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna use all the overload, ancient shield, everything. Go ahead, put on soul split, darkness, Lord of Bones, and then I put on the next soul split, invoke death. Click on death skulls to start, and you're gonna dive to your square, boom bomb, and then you're gonna throw death skulls at the same time, just like that. Your adrenaline will build really quickly. You're gonna take one step forward. You're gonna step right back. You're gonna pray range, living death, prepare for death is when you're gonna switch to magic. You're gonna do resonance and reflect. See, hardly any damage was taken from that. And I'm not doing the perfect living death rotation because I want y'all to see the bugs. Magic, she switched to range, so every time that she does her special attack with waves and stuff, just know, switch to the other thing to pray from. And you got plenty of time. Click on the bug, soul strike it, step back out of the wave. The other bug there, soul strike it as well. And a finger will finish her off. Sanctum is my control. Just make sure you dive out of the square. Play it safe, just like that. You can go back on her. Normally I'd be DPSing through that, but taking it slow. You can do your
Something
death
I've noticed
skulls.
too
Mm-hmm.
is when she does her waves that you go back and forth. The second one, so now you would switch your prayer. So she was
Yep.
doing waves before, you're gonna go and you're gonna switch to the range.
Yep.
That's when she'll change her attacks.
Now it's gonna be magic. She just did her specials, just like she was explaining. Yep. And then here she goes. I'm showing y'all buggies again. You can actually step forward, soul strike, switch to range, go back to the bug, throw a soul strike, and then get ready for the blast ground stuff like this. I'm playing it safe. I'm not even doing DPS. Dive. Now she gets magic. That's her special. Now I'm gonna get her DPS down because prepare for death, resonance, and reflect. And if you don't have them because they're on cooldown, you can vit pot through it as well. Step out, range. Now she's gonna do the explodey pads. I'm 1 tick behind for some reason on this world. Just gonna dive out of them. Magic. EOF spec so we can skip this. Phaser. Or not. Whatever. Soul strike the dead or the bug that's stationary, make sure he dies. Soul strike the other one. Sanctum will protect me. This is when she's spawning the dogs. I go ahead and do invoke death. Throw bone bomb on the dog. Bloat for the damage over time. Step back in through the waves. I finger and then a tier 90 spec and it will bring it down lower. Then you can even volley before it heals, but I missed it by the tick. So we'll just boom bomb it again. Now tier 90 spec it and it'll die. Oh, and you want to pray melee during this fight. Now is also a good time if you want to put down your Prism of Restoration. So that way you can heal your pet before you go into the underworld. Keep that in mind. Do the wave mechanics. I'm doing it slow, so you can see all is a-okay. It's dead. You wait till the waves to finish, and then you immediately drop your souls on her like that, and you get an extra tick in there of damage and get her health down. Now, when I get down here, you want to pray melee, go to your ball, and Mark of Death, invoke death. You're going to do threads and then a finger. Now, watch. They all just got damaged. I'm taking my sweet time down here to show y'all got plenty of time with that bar ticking. You're going to click on the monkey, re-overload and everything. Look at your signs. Sunshine dog, walking dog at that. You come up, beetle was not down there. Soul split, death skulls, bone bomb, Bali, take one step forward, zoom in, step in. I'm behind a tick on the server again. Step through, pray range because that's what she's throwing. Prepare for death, resonance, reflect. You want to be safe, bit pot it like I just did. Pads, I'm not going to beat it because I'm lagging. This is going to hurt. I'm getting quiet because it's getting serious.
Good day,
All right. Just avoid the pads the best you can. That's where you're going to die the most, I'm not going to lie, is that part. Pray melee, go in there, invoke death, threads, whatever you want. You can throw a finger, take your time, no rush. Yep. Nope. You just need to kill the dogs. I just click on the monkey to build adrenaline, look at the signs. So eyebrow, pyramid, and I grab my souls, go back, eyebrow, pyramid, walking dog, that was not down there. Do this. Start your death skulls, throw your bone bomb, zoom in, get ready to do your steps, step out, step in, step out, prepare for death, resonance, reflect. Get ready, because here comes pads. Dive, volley. I'm going to take a hit. Put on your ring. Run over here. I'm not going to be able to get out of that because I suck. Where that one? Yeah, I made it. She did. Okay. So I made a lot of mistakes, right? Y'all see me get hit with a bunch of pads. The thing is, if you want to get really sweaty, and it's hard for me to explain, but during this fight, if you look up in the sky right here between these two pillars, there's going to be a glowing sign of the entire instance. If you look at that glowing sign right here, it will tell you what pads are going to explode. It will always start on the west side for the first pad explosions. Then it goes to the east side. Then you're going to look north, and there's going to be a third one here for the final third pad explosions. Okay. Now, if you're over here and you come up from the underworld, the pad's going to be to your back. You're going to take this pad of a pitcher and you're literally going to just like take it this away and lay it this away. Okay. Does that make sense? Your back is to this pad right here, this pitcher right here. You're just going to literally just imagine putting your hands on it and pushing it towards the platform that you're on. That's how it's going to lay. Okay. Um, me trying, yeah, me trying to figure that out. It confused me so much trying to learn this boss that it did not help me at all. But what did help me is after you come up from Underworld, you go to your spot. This is my spot of a sign. You're gonna do the rotations that I was telling you about. Actually, it's gonna be like one of these squares, one, two, or three. You're gonna do your rotations, and when the waves start coming, right as it comes to your toes, Soon as it's like right here on your toes, you're going to step in right when it's done. If you step back out immediately, here she comes with the next one. So the second you step in, you step back out, you click on Nakatra, and then you step back in and back out one more. And the reason for one more is because sometimes the pad that you're standing in here will not explode. So you'll get a free one. But the second that I step back, I immediately pray magic because it's going to do that every single time. I'm going to resonance and reflect. And if you ain't got it, resonance and vit pot. Then the second you do that, if you just go ahead and click on dive and just hold your dive ready to go, if your pad then turns explodey, you just click on the one over here as fast as you can that's not explodey, right? And that will save you, so you don't have to stare at the signs. So, so it is because whenever she goes, uh, prepare to be obliterated, it's gonna go kadoosh, kadoosh. So she's hitting you twice. You, yeah. So if you want to get really, really, really sweaty with it, the way that you would do it and the proper way to do it for speed kills and to just maximize DPS and efficiency all around with the kill is reflect is first, then resonance. And the reason being is because if you reflect the first hit, it's going to withstand the second hit as well and reflect that damage back to her. Okay. Resonance being the second ability that you would trigger is going to give you those heals on the second hit. So the first one's going to hurt because it's going to go through resonance. Okay. So prepare to be obliterated. Boom. If you hit resonance, it's going to heal you and then reflect. It's going to do damage back to her for one boom and a little bit of damage. So the technical way is technically prepare to be obliterated, reflect, and then resonance, and you'll get your health back from what went through the reflect shield. And she's taking a 2 tick damage of her own against herself. That's the sweaty way to do it, right? That's right. Now, now you're probably asking me, why do you do resonance first? So I'll tell you why. The reason why I do resonance first and then reflect is because, okay, I could maximize the efficiency of killing her and doing that, but what if exactly, what if reflect is on cooldown and your fingers and your memory is used to hitting, for instance, shift E, shift R, and reflect is on cooldown, you look down and you didn't hit it when you should have, and then you die, it's just not worth it to me. But if you memorize it with muscle memory, you will actually, if you go shift R for reflect and then shift E, on the tick cooldown of the game, and if reflect is ready to go, you will reflect first, and then resonance will have the Q, ability Q, to go second. That's how I will do it sometimes when I'm just soloing, is I reflect because I know it's available, and then I go ahead and hit Shift E. So I go Shift R, Shift E. It'll reflect it, and then once the full tick comes around, I'll get the resonance full heal. But I tell everybody and train them to do resonance first, then reflect, because you're guaranteed to mitigate the first hit, and the second hit, you're just going to take a little bit of damage, and then you just eat a little bit, and that's it, right? Yeah, yeah. Um, yes, yeah, that was hard mode. And that was me explaining it and taking the pads and the explosions like a champ. But if I was quiet and focusing, I would take 0 pad damage or hardly any damage at all. No food. Like I can kill it and not eat a single piece. Yep.
That is crazy. 'Cause